Hi, I'm Jen. Welcome to Fate 40 and Beyond, the podcast for women in midlife. It just came up about why I started this podcast, and I figured this would be a great time to kind of go over that again. Last year, I was doing a reading for someone who was a client and became a close friend. And I remember sitting there in the middle of the conversation we were having for her tarot card reading and just thinking, wow, she has just as much wisdom and lived experience to share with the world as the tarot card reading does. Me as a reader, I'm just the messenger. It's not that I'm filled with wisdom and passing that along. So my goal with this podcast is to have women of all walks of life come on here and share their lived experience as well. Aside from the podcast, I am the owner of Soulful Existence, where I do tarot card readings with clients all over the world, along with mediumship sessions and past life regression. I'm also the creator of the app, The Cosmic Brief, and it is meant to integrate astrology into your daily life and use it to navigate the ups and downs of everyday life. Today, I have a guest on. I have Sonia or Sonia. How do you pronounce it?
Sonia.
Sonia. Okay.
Sonia.
And go ahead and tell me a little bit about yourself.
So I'm 44. I have 2 biological kids and I have 3 bonus kids. I'm on my second marriage. I'm going to school. I work in customer service, and I'm also going to school for welding. And every day I'm like, why did I sign up for this? I was doing perfectly fine in the job that I love, but I wanted something different. I wanted to not depend on anybody for hours or money and just not struggle in that sense. So I did it, and now I love it because it's awesome to manipulate metal, which is really weird. Like, you literally can see it move where you want it, right? So,
okay, we're gonna have to come back to that because I love that. That's a really cool idea for like the whole alchemy that we go through in our transitions.
Exactly.
And like magical work, we're manipulating something that most people don't think can be manipulated. So I love that. We were talking a little bit beforehand about how you think you have imposter syndrome being on the podcast.
I do.
And no, like you're the example of what I want on here, because you are going from one transition to another. Like you're moving from the known of like customer service to welding, which is like so out there. How did you decide to make that transition?
My husband always said I'd be great at it.
Okay.
Always talked about it. And I was like, you know what? I don't know what I want to do with my life, right?
Yeah.
44. My kids are adults. What do I want to do? So I was like, you know what? I'm going to try it.
Yeah.
So I was like, I mean, I don't lose anything.
No, not at all. If anything, you gain a really cool hobby.
Yeah.
Like, that just sounds cool. What do you want to do with it? Because in my head, you say welding and I'm thinking like art sculptures, metal sculpture. I feel like that's something, even if you don't know it, is hiding deep inside you.
That has been like on my mind like crazy. I've never been creative.
Right.
So the idea to look at metal and be like, if I put it this way, if I do it that way, if I just do it. So yeah, that's what I'm going to go to. But also like do little things at home. Like everybody always wants to get their muffler welded on, right? Or everybody needs this fix or that fix, So just to be able to just do something on the side and
that's cool.
Just have fun with it and not be attached to anything.
I like that. I'm still working on that non-attachment type theory for myself. It's hard. Like it's so hard. I was actually talking to someone about this yesterday of just, if I do something, I want it to have meaning. That's not what we need to set out in the world to do all the time. Like it's okay to be detached from productivity or advancement in some way. It's okay to just do it for fun. So that's really awesome. I love that. And I also love like, I don't know if like I'm the one fangirling, but you've listened to a lot of the podcasts and you became
I love
a fan really quick. And, it's fun because like I've done a lot of podcasts with people that I previously knew. I had the podcast after I met them. So they know me pre-podcast. You've only known me since the podcast has come out. It means a lot that you've listened to them, you've commented, you follow them, you're excited. I don't know what I was expecting when I put together the podcast, but I think that's what I really was hoping for, that it would catch someone's ear and mean something to them too. And so it means a lot that you listen. I just want to say thank you because it's huge to me.
Aw, thank you.
Yeah, it's really a big deal. And it's almost been a year since the idea came to me. It was last September.
Oh, wow.
And I went from September to December putting out my first handful of episodes. I took a break in July so that I could just have some downtime and not stress out about it while I was on vacation. And now I'm back at it and I'm really excited because I missed it. Like, I really enjoy doing this. I have to get better about editing and not doing it Sunday night before
Before you post it.
Yeah, before I post it Monday morning. Usually I'm there at like midnight on Sunday hitting post. And it's
That's
just
funny.
I need to get better about that. But now I have a couple episodes banked up and ready to go. So that helps. Are you ready to get into the reading?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. We'll see what comes up.
Readings always make me cry, so I'm nervous.
Oh, see, I get that. My very first psychic fair that I did readings at, I remember I made the first 2 people cry and I was like, what's going on? And someone goes, no, that's okay. That's good. That means it means something to them. Okay, if you say so. It's so funny because the 8 of Cups is the very first card. And look at her. She's crying.
Oh, she's pretty.
Yeah.
I love that.
I don't know if I can do it. I don't know where it's at. The focus is off. But yes, it's the Dia de la Muerte deck. And all of them are like the skeleton looking.
Oh, that's right up my alley.
Yeah, me too. It's my favorite deck to use. But the 8 of Cups, I don't think is necessarily like the way that it's coming up for me. And I always preface that is that I read very intuitively. It's coming up more so overabundance of emotions. Do you have a lot of emotions that come up
all the time? Yeah. I'm an exposed nerve.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, no, I get it. I totally get it. I feel like there's a lot to be said. And it's coming up more as like wearing your heart on your sleeve. Not necessarily being explosive and angry, but more so of just like, how you feel because you're not hiding it. You're not keeping it locked away.
I've worked a lot on not being explosive and just
Me
the cat
too.
with the claws, and I've worked so hard at that. Yeah.
Me too. But I think it's a positive attribute coming from you. It feels like you experiencing your emotions allows other people to feel safe experiencing theirs around you. So it's kind of like showing people that emotions are okay to have. And I think that's important. My poor husband has to deal with my whole range of emotions. And there are a lot of them.
And we're Hispanic, so there's like a rainbow full of them.
I'm going to have to send you a funny TikTok I saw earlier. Your husband's also Hispanic?
No, my husband's white. Okay. Like Irish white.
Okay. And I don't know that I've seen a picture of him yet. So I that's what was my guess. But yes, I'm going to have to send you because it says the gringo and the Latina and she's like burning rage of fire. And then he's just standing there and then gives her a hug and like the fire calms down. And I was like, how is that the most accurate thing I've ever seen?
Yes. It definitely is.
That's absolutely accurate. The next card, though, is really exciting. I love it when this card pops up, the Empress. And the Empress for me is all about the ability to receive and be open to. Sometimes we create our own manifestations, and sometimes it's like just being available for the universe's abundance to find us and be willing to accept it. And I think it's a process of learning, or I should say unlearning, because the way that this is coming up for you is almost like getting rid of stories that you've been told your entire lifetime about being worthy of things. And it doesn't have to be physical things. It could be love, patience, kindness. And it feels like it's letting you know if you just open yourself up to receive those things, you're already worthy. It's almost the act of recognizing how precious you are in the universe's eyes that allows you to be worthy of that stuff. It's like the humans around us don't quite know how to tell us how precious we are, but the universe already does. We don't need to do anything to be worthy and loved. And I think that's what this is like guiding you towards. And it's hard, for me, it's like the parental relationships growing up that I still battle with. And everyone goes, "Oh, well, they're humans for the first time too." Yeah, but like they didn't have to be so mean. Or they didn't have to be so,
exactly.
like they didn't have to. I try to treat my kids better than what I experienced. And not that my parents were
same.
like abusive, but like there's still things that you could have said different,
Yeah, no, you're not wrong. And it's funny because I think specifically my husband has taught me unconditional love. I didn't have it growing up.
Right.
To me, it was you behaved a certain way and you got it.
Yeah.
So he's taught me, even when I am fire, he's going to try to calm me down. And it's hard because I don't know how to take that.
I know.
Like, to me, it's like, I'm angry, walk away, but don't leave. Don't go too far. Like, if I need you back, you need to be
and that
right
is
there.
So toxic. Yeah. Yes. But I get what you're saying because Kyle does the same thing for me where I'm like, I feel like I just throw everything at him that I have, like emotion wise. And he's standing there. I'm like, why don't you want to be angry at me? He's like, why would I be angry at you? Like, you're experiencing feelings, get them out. We're good.
Yeah, I'll say things like, I hate when you don't tell me what you hate about me.
Right.
Yeah. Like, fight back. Tell me something. He's like, no, it's not worth it. And he really
so funny. Like, why do we do that?
I have no idea.
We were taught, I suppose.
Yes. No, it's so funny. There's a meme or a thing on Facebook that says, I am now the adult I would have felt safe with. And every time I see it, I cry.
Yeah.
Because literally, I never experienced that. And my parents tried. My mom was an orphan. She never had a mother or a father. She never had anybody. My father is old-fashioned Mexican, right?
Right.
So and I was the only girl in 4 children.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And I was fighting to the nails to fight, to just get out, to just be out, right? So even the welding, they always said girls couldn't do it.
Yeah. And
so now I'm doing it. And they actually don't even know I'm in school.
Oh, wow. I like that. That's cool.
Know.
But, like some people don't need to have access to every bit of our life too, because they don't understand it. They just won't get it. Growing up, I was the oldest daughter of the oldest daughter in her family. And so that was rough. And I look back at, how my mom loved me. And I know she tried to do better than her mom did. And I'm trying to do better than my mom did. And I'm sure my kids will keep continuing that growth. But it doesn't mean, and I'm sure, like, I've gotten to the point where I know for a fact I have hurt my kids in some fashion. They tell me no, but I don't believe them. I'm like, come on. I was a raging alcoholic when you were little. Surely there is something there.
Yeah, exactly. I wasn't an alcoholic, but I was in an abusive marriage. And it wasn't so much like, it wasn't ever like physical, but it was abusive. And it took me a long time to understand that it doesn't have to be physical to be abusive, right?
Of course. Yeah.
And the last time I left him was because my daughter said, Mom, if you're going to go back with my dad, and she was in kindergarten, she said, if you're going to go back with my dad, I want to go live with my grandparents.
Oh, yeah.
That was it.
Yeah. After my divorce, my kids said, wow, you and dad are so much happier apart. And that broke my heart. Like that really, because I went, wow, like you guys knew. They knew.
Yeah. They saw it. They see everything. Mm-hmm.
So I totally get that. The next card on here is the One of Wands, which to me is like the sprouting up of new energy somewhere. Not quite like starting a whole new chapter, but kind of testing the waters is how it is coming up. And I don't know if that's related to the welding for you.
It's more sales. I have a job offer to go into sales for a welding and gas company.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and it's actually a really good, like an amazing opportunity, but I'm really, really, really scared. Kind of like doing this podcast.
That's funny because, yeah, the Two of Pentacles popped up, and Pentacles are resources. How do we get our money? How do we pay for things? And so I was like, okay, maybe it is welding. But yeah, like it is welding. It's just, how do you get your money doing that? That would be interesting, I feel, because you have the experience, I guess, on both ends of that, like the actual welding part now and the customer facing ability to engage with people that way. That's, are you considering it, like, seriously?
Yeah, I am. I think I'm
That's
gonna do
awesome.
it. I'm gonna start part-time, keep my job that I have now,
Yeah.
and just do some hours there while they train me in the actual store,
Yeah.
and then just keep doing that until I graduate
That's
and then
awesome.
decide. Yeah.
Yeah. I could see that. So, because the card after that is the Chariot, and I think it is all about like forward movement for you right now. It feels like when I tap into previous energy of you, like your life, it feels like maybe the last several years feel kind of stuck, or like even almost just boring. I don't want to say boring, like nothing fun happened,
It
but
was
just
my
kind of like,
desert period. Does
yeah,
that make sense?
ooh,
Yes.
yeah,
It was my learn to be myself, learn to
yeah,
understand, deal with a lot of, I'm not perfect. I'm not
right,
healthy. I'm not like full mental health here,
right.
but it was that period of nothing's growing, nothing's going anywhere. I'm just stuck. And now I'm just going to do it. Let's see what
Yeah,
happens.
like it's a
Yeah.
forward movement.
So, and it's
It's
making me
totally,
grow.
yeah. I really love the way that you describe that, the desert period, because sometimes we get into what we consider a funk. And I was actually talking to a client about this yesterday. I was like, that's kind of when the lessons we really need are integrating into us. It's not that we
Mm,
have to go out and be and do and learn and conquer the world. We just kind of have to mellow out and just exist for a little bit. But the
yeah.
desert period, I like that.
Thank
I
you.
really like that. That's a really good way of putting it. The next card I pulled is the Hanged Man, and let's see. I want to read into that a little bit more. Yeah, it's like overthinking for you can get the best of you and drag you down. And that's how it's totally coming across, is like you could have the best setup in the world, the job you want, the house you want, the car, the husband, all the things are going perfect, and you're like, okay, but wait, I'm not whatever,
Yeah.
like, and
I was just, yeah.
like I can do the same thing. Where is that showing up for you lately?
I just told my husband that. Okay, so we're going on a trip next week on Tuesday. It's to Mexico. I needed to get my passport because I just became a citizen in April.
Oh, wow.
So we did the 2 week thing where you have to wait till 2 weeks before it so you can get it same day. But whatever, I stressed out about it like crazy. I had a test coming up in welding, and I was just like overthinking, overdoing it, everything. Right now, all of that is done.
Yeah.
And I looked at him this morning. It's like I look for things to stress out about.
Yes.
Because now I'm like, damn, I gotta pack. Damn, I gotta do this. I gotta do that. I gotta make sure the kids are okay. So
Yeah.
that's just me. That's why I say that I'm an open nerve.
Yeah.
Because yeah, it's
No,
high
that makes sense.
frequency all the time.
Let me see. First of all, congratulations on the citizenship. I know
Thank
that's a big
you.
deal. So
Yeah, it
that's
was.
really incredible. Second of all, congratulations on the vacation. Like,
Thank
this
you.
is nice.
I yeah.
Yeah, it almost feels like your brain has this filing system of worst case scenarios that you just kind of like flip through the book and which one should we pick now? And
Yep.
there's also a feeling of almost self-prophecy. So like because you're expecting things to go wrong, you start to see the things that go wrong, which then triggers the emotional response to it.
Yes.
And it's a big cycle.
Yeah.
Have you tried anything like manifestation scripting or
I heard about you talking about that in another one, but I haven't looked into it. What is that?
so the way that it's coming up for you, and I've heard this recently, someone described it as before you go to bed, journal about tomorrow as if it already happened.
Oh.
So, like you have a travel day coming up. The night before, you just we woke up early and refreshed, and we had plenty of time to get there, ate a nice coffee and whatever at the airport together because we had extra time, and then traveled without a hitch and arrived
Oh,
relaxed. And,
okay.
so you're already
Mm-hmm.
writing out how the next day should go. And I feel like for you specifically, if you do that and it'll kind of switch, and it'll probably take some time, but switch in your brain from looking for worst case scenario to looking for the things that you already said are going to go right.
Oh, I'm gonna try
You
that.
know what I mean?
Yes. Yes. Because yeah, you're right. Like I can tell you right now it can go wrong in 2 minutes, but I can never
Right.
like tell you what's gonna go right.
But that's
Yeah.
because you're looking for it. Like you're
Yeah.
already anticipating it. But if you replace that with like the things that are going to go right, how would that
Mm.
change like your day to day walk through the world?
Oh,
Like
I'd be so happy.
I know.
I'd be so
I'm
much
like,
more
man, maybe
happier.
I need to do this.
Yeah. My
And
husband would be happier too. My kids would be happier too.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And of course, everything takes time. And
Mm-hmm.
it's going to have little flukes where something does go wrong. And you're like, all right, well, that wasn't as bad as I expected. I forget what the theory is called, but when you start thinking about red cars and you see the red cars more often,
Mm-hmm.
like it's an actual psychological phenomenon.
Yeah, I've
And
heard of that, but I don't know what it's called either.
yeah, so you're setting up yourself to look for those positive
The
things
good
more
things.
often.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
love to try that. I think I'm going to start trying that. I have a journal that I never use because I don't want to ruin it, but I think that would be a really good way to start
That
using
would
it.
be.
A nice, pretty journal that I had to have.
I have
It's
so many
always
of
something.
those. And then my husband's like, that's really expensive. You should use it. And I was like, on what though?
I know.
It has to be worthy.
There's nothing worthy of this journal. Mine's right here. This one in particular, I got from a
Oh,
friend's.
that's
See, I think
gorgeous.
it's because it's blurred.
Yes.
I don't know. Anyways, a friend of mine has a store in Hawaii. She lives there, and I say friend, but I was like someone I knew in high school and loved seeing her posts on Facebook and stuff, And she came out with a whole astrology zodiac series, and I was like, okay, I need
Oh,
that.
that's awesome.
So
Yeah.
it's that one's extra special, and got to support a friend in the process. But it's like, what am I saving it for? One day I'm gonna die, and this journal is just gonna be sitting here, and it
Yeah.
doesn't mean anything to anyone else in my family, just me. I did a cacao ceremony back in June, I think. And so that's what I pulled it out for, and I started to use that for my notes after the ceremony so I could remember how I felt. And I think maybe I need to use it for my manifesting scripting.
Mm-hmm.
There's one I had. I'm so mad at myself. My husband and I met 7 years ago, and I remember he gave me a journal, and I loved it. And I remember writing in it like a letter to him of like, one
Oh.
day we're going to be sitting around with our grandkids and living the life that we've always
Oh.
experienced. And then we broke up, and I tore the pages out and I threw them away.
That is so me.
I'm like, if I'm going to look at this thing, I don't want to be reminded. And now here we are in a phase of our life where like we have our grandkids and we're really, doing well, and life
Yeah.
is pretty mellow, and we're just happy, and like we're settled. into life together. And I don't have that to look back on. I'm so mad at
Oh.
myself. It is what it is. Maybe life is better than
Yeah.
what I anticipated anyways, but I don't know. I get too, again, like too emotional. Not too emotional. I'm just very open with my emotions. I think we need to stop apologizing for having emotions in general.
Exactly. Because
Like,
we're going to experience them. And if we hold them in, it affects us and affects everybody.
yeah,
I have so much resentment towards so many people. And it's because of that, because I never said the things that I needed to say. So
right.
I did tell them from now on, I'm going to say what I mean.
Yeah,
And I'm going to try to be nice about it. But I'm
right.
going to say what I mean and how you hurt me.
Yeah.
And we'll go from there. So
It's
we'll see.
one thing I've learned in AA is, and I know you're not sober, but
Mm-mm.
it's what was my part in that resentment? Like, what did I do? And sometimes it's just that I hung on to that resentment for too long.
Yeah.
Like sometimes it's just that I want to be angry at someone and I'm letting it simmer and like fester. And, it's like, not even worth hanging on to anymore. And I find, especially for me, like I love being angry at people. I love it. It's like, and that's probably one of my biggest downfalls is I don't like that person because blah, 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 blah. And I'm not a perfect person. I've never claimed to be a perfect person, but that's definitely not who I want to be. Like there's a
I get
difference
that.
between
Yeah.
the person I want to be and the person I am naturally. Big difference. So I get, the resentments and it's hard to let go of that stuff sometimes for
Yeah.
sure. But
For me, I like closure. And the people
yeah,
that around me don't care to give it to me. And
yeah,
even when I like bring it up and be like, this is what happened. This is how I felt. And, in my mind, you're supposed to care enough to fix it, to make me feel better about that situation.
right.
They don't. And then I'm more angry. And then, but it is totally my fault. I mean, I have so many faults
There's,
because, I mean, I don't talk to these people anymore.
I
And like,
the one thing about AA is they'll be like, it literally is the only thing I don't know if I disagree with it. I'm just not there where I totally am on board with it. They're like,
mhm.
you should just pray for someone. Just 3 weeks of praying for someone every day that you don't like. And I was like, no, I don't like them. Why would I
Yeah,
do that?
exactly. Why would I waste my prayers on them? Yeah.
And I heard
I
someone say, like, please, Lord, let them get run over by a truck is not the right
yeah.
prayer.
Oh, have you heard that song? There's a country song like that. They say pray for them and it's all the bad things you want them to happen to them. I got told, and it was a long time ago, it's a phrase. It's in Spanish, so I'm translating it. It says, may God bless you and not forget me. And to me, that's my like closure,
Yeah,
because I'm putting you in the universe's hands
right.
and I'm trying because in my mind, it'll never
Yeah,
happen, right? To never think about you again.
right.
That's like
Yeah.
that closure statement for me.
Well, and I'm like a very Southern version of that is bless and release, like just letting it
Never
go.
heard that. That's cool.
Yeah. So,
Mm-hmm.
it's just another way to say the same thing, I think,
Yeah.
and it's hard, 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 hard.
It
But then I
is.
think like my humanness is the only part of me that wants to hang on to that. My soul
Yeah.
is like, get it away. Stop hanging on to it. It is dragging you down.
Yeah.
And
Even it's tired of it.
yeah. Oh
Yeah.
gosh. I get so tired of my own stuff sometimes.
Oh.
Something I've noticed though also, and this might be like totally like different subject, but if I hang on to that stuff for too long, or if I focus on another person too long, I it's almost like I am a magnet for their emotions or their own chaos, whatever. And I have to be really careful also if I'm like online and see stuff that is sad, angry, drama filled. Oh my gosh, I can't do reality TV too often because my energy system sucks it all in like a sponge. and I have to be really careful about that. I was just looking at my human design, and it basically said the exact same thing of like, I take on
Wow.
everyone else's emotions.
Mm-hmm.
And especially when I'm like making decisions, if they're excited, I'm excited. I'll say, hell yeah. And then all of a sudden I'm like, wait, no, I'm not excited about that.
That's not what I want. Yeah.
So, like
Yeah.
trying to, over the last several years, I've gotten better about what's mine and what's other people's. When I simmer in that anger and drama too much, that's when I start to get really depressed because it's not
Yeah.
mine. I get consumed by it and I have to be careful. So, I mean, like very much human, but also very aware. So I think there's a
Yeah.
fine balance between the two.
Yeah, it's just finding it. It
Yeah.
eludes me. Yeah. I've
Well,
learned the bubble method. Have you ever heard of the bubble method?
yeah. Yes,
Yeah.
I have, but I've also used like the cotton candy method where I picture
Never heard of
myself
that one.
wrapped in cotton candy. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, I
That's
remember
awesome.
driving to pick up my kids one time after I got divorced, and I'm like wrapping in myself in cotton candy before I see my ex. But
Yeah.
bubble method, yes, I use that every night. Actually, I
Oh,
wrap our entire house in white light comes down through my head, and
yeah.
I put my arm up, and I just picture it just encapsulating the whole house.
Like that. Yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah,
do that
it's
with the kids. I do that with my husband. I do that with myself every
yep,
day so that I don't get other people's emotions because I have enough of my own.
100%.
So like I
There
can't
have been
handle it.
times at like a concert or out in public where I'm like, "Ew, that person, total stranger, but that person just is irritating to me, whatever it is that they're doing." Like,
Yeah.
and so I will bubble myself in that moment and then
Mhm.
slowly, especially when people invade my personal space, like I'll slowly make the bubble bigger. And it's funny to see people actually get like uncomfortable when it pushes
And move.
against them. And I'm
Mhm.
like, yeah, get out of my space.
That's awesome.
Get out of here. I love that you brought that up, mostly just because sometimes I feel like I'm not witchy enough, I'm not spiritual enough. And I realize that it's the little stuff like that that does, like, it's become so normal to me. The novelty has worn off, but it's still just as witchy or spiritual, or, like
Yeah.
I'm not I'm in a different phase now. I'm not still learning and practicing. Like it's just habit now. And I think
Yeah.
I
I think we
misunderstood
do
that.
forget that. We
Yeah,
think it
like
should
I've
be rituals and candles and fireworks, and it's not. Literally, witchcraft is a feeling,
yeah,
a connection,
yeah.
and it's the most understated emotion ever.
Yeah, I think it's like
I
the
think I used it right.
consistency
Yeah.
and the ritual I think is really just routine, like I don't think that
Mm-hmm.
it has to be anything extravagant, but what I thought was stagnation in my spiritual practice for a long time ended up just being habit.
Yeah.
It, it's the same. It's not the same thing. When you meet someone for the first time and you have a crush on them, and it's like all those new feelings. Like that's how I felt with spirituality and metaphysical and witchcraft when I first got involved with it. And now it's like
Right.
that boring married romance that
Comfortable. Which, why
right?
are we not okay being comfortable? Like, I think that's why we start half the fights we do.
Probably.
Because we're
Well,
just like, if
probably.
we're comfortable, we're not living, we're not feeling or something, Like, I don't know.
Thinking about them, like I ask him just to like rub my back or to, like just hold my hand, and then he touches me at the wrong time. I'm like, ew, get off of me.
Yes!
Why are you poking at me right now?
Yeah.
And and then I'm like, oh wait, no, I asked you to do that. It's okay. Come back. Come back. Love me. What type of
Mm.
things do you use like in your day to day just existence that are spiritual or okay, wait, no, I have a totally
Mhm.
different question. I love
Uh-huh.
that you are also Hispanic and grew up with this culture. What did you grow up with that you later recognized is totally witchcraft?
That's a great question. So I didn't grow up in witchcraft. I didn't grow
No,
up in
me
witching,
either.
yeah. So
But
I would see, my parents were totally toxic and they would fight, and I would see this lady coming to me and making me feel better whenever my parents would fight.
Yeah.
I didn't realize till I already had my kids that that lady was my dead grandmother.
Ooh.
And I could literally,
I just got so many chills.
So me too. I can still feel her going like this.
Yeah.
When I was crying on my bed.
That's crazy.
And it is witchcraft because it's spirituality. And that to
Right.
me is witchcraft, right?
Right.
A lot of people are like, no, it's this,
They want to
that,
use
whatever.
different
No,
words.
you can, yeah, they do.
It's all the same thing. It's
So,
all energy.
yeah. So it's just like, but I don't see spirits now. And I don't hear spirits now. So it's
Yeah.
like, there's that anger of like, why am I blocked? But I do a lot of incense daily.
Yeah.
Cinnamon is my thing. Cinnamon incense is everything. I bubble wrap people that piss me off when I'm driving because I want them to, go the other way.
Yeah.
I use that a lot. I'm not a practicing Catholic because I don't go to church.
Right.
I'm angry with the church, but I'm not angry with the religion.
Sure. Okay.
So because of that, I say a lot of prayers.
Yeah.
And it has turned into my witchcraft because it's my putting out my intentions out there,
right,
and doing it that way. So
see, and that's what made me think about it. So like my grandmother, my dad's mom, I remember in her house, she had like an entryway downstairs, and then you had stairs going up, and behind the stairs, it was like all stone and brick. Behind the stairs, she had this brick planter with some plants in it, but it was like all rocks, and she had a ton of candles down there. And of course, it was all the saints, and then candles for family who had passed. And I remember just being with her, little kid, and she would go, come on, let's go light the candles. And we'd go down there, we'd light the candles, or she'd go to the grocery store and buy a new one and put it down there. And then all of a sudden, probably like 3 years ago, I went, oh my gosh, how is that any different than my altar?
Exactly.
But she was praying to the saints. She was praying, for the family members who have passed. Like, it's not any different than what I'm doing now.
No, it's an ancestor altar.
We just took all of the wrapping off of it, and it's, now it is what it is. But yeah, so many things like that. And then one day she tells me, she goes, I don't believe in, psychics and all that. And then she goes, oh, but my mom's mom read tarot, or like my dad's mom read tarot, and my mom's mom was like the town medicine woman. And I was like, oh, okay, this is where I get it from. Like, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. And now, I've done like my DNA family tree, and I have pictures of them, and it's just these old Mexican women who, maybe it wasn't what I do now, but it was really similar. It's like, she says the medicine woman, she goes, she helped people get pregnant and get unpregnant. And I was like, oh, good for her. Okay, she did what needed to be done. And me, I'm just hoping for like money to find me when I blow cinnamon in my house. Like, I'm not doing the same type of work, but that's okay.
No, because theirs was more organic. You know what I mean? And it was more, I do this all the time. I'll be driving by a witchy store. I'm like, I should stop there. And I know there's something I need there. Yeah. Right? The reality is everything I need is here.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And it is more organic. Like if I go outside and I
was going to say, one post that I made probably last year, the year before, that did really well on Facebook, and people didn't realize it, was going to the Mexican grocery store for all of the herbs they have there. Like, you don't need to go to the little, was it like Forever and a Day up in Woodstock? They closed now, but like they had their whole wall of perfectly packaged herbs and what they do on the back. No, you can go to the Mexican grocery store and find everything that you need. Yeah. And they have candles, like they have, they really have what you need.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like it's really all right here.
And they're not overpriced.
What's that?
They're not overpriced at the Mexican store.
That was my post. was like, you want to go and pay $5 for the same thing that's $1.50, go for it. But there's no reason to do that.
Yeah.
Like, and I think
Mm-mm.
that, like you said, like it felt like when I tap into the energy of like of my ancestors who did that stuff, it feels very lived in, very
Yeah.
raw, very like out of necessity, not so much what I find now, or, and I'm not saying we aren't using it correctly now. I think times have just changed.
Yeah,
But
I
now
agree.
it's like, I feel stuck in my life. What do I need to do? No, these people were really like really facing life or death situations that they
Mm-hmm.
needed help with,
Yeah.
and it feels, I don't know. Sometimes I wish I could just tap into that and like pull their energy into my
Yes.
existence and
Oh
do
my
that
God.
more. But
Yes.
like I'm so disconnected from that part of my lineage. I don't know how to do that yet. Maybe I'll figure it out. But
Same. I get
we
it.
would,
Same. Like, and I didn't grow up with them. So,
right.
like, little things that I do remember, like, my grandmother would put her eggs from the chickens, she would put them in a basket outside of the door of
Yeah.
the house, the back door,
Yeah.
right? And then one time I was talking to a lady she's a witch, and I was like, yeah, my grandmother used to do this. She goes, yeah, because that way it forms a barrier and nothing
Yeah.
evil can come in. And I
Yeah.
was like, oh, that makes sense, and it's like
Yeah.
little things like that. But
Yeah. And
I was,
exactly.
and my parents are like, we don't believe in that stuff, and you're going to hell, and this and that, and it's fine. There's a prerogative; they can think whatever they want.
Right.
But I know that I will pull over for anybody in the middle of the street to help them do something, and I feel like that's more of a blessing
Mm.
than going to church and saying I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
100%. That made me totally think, that was last month. We were driving down the road. It was like 9:30 in the morning on a Sunday, and this lady was stopped in the middle of the road. Her door's wide open in her car. She's like frantic, and there's a little boy there. And I was like, oh my gosh. Having been trained as an EMT previously, I was like, let me stop and see what's going on. Maybe he's choking, maybe, like who knows?
Yeah, something.
So I get out and Kyle's driving, and I was like, stop, park, hold on, and hop out. And she's like, I don't know who this boy is. He was walking by himself. He was like 5 years old
Oh my
and just
God.
out in the middle of the road. Poor lady was so frantic. She didn't know what to do. She was getting the little boy all worked up. So I'm like, let's sit down on the side. We'll sit on the grass and hang out and talk and figure out what's going on. Someone else stops, and is he hurt? No, he's not hurt. Someone else stops, and she's like, I'm on the phone with police. And that first lady just like kind of disappeared. I think it was just not her scene. She did
Yeah.
not want to be in the emergency. She had somewhere else to be. And that's fine.
Yeah.
Not everyone is meant to run into danger, like, okay.
That's true.
But what you made me remember was there's a woman who called 911, and then like her aunt, her cousin, something, and they were on their way to church, but they stopped and hung out with that little boy
Mm-hmm.
until the police came. And that was probably way more of living what they say their, religious belief is versus sitting in a pew or sitting, in a building and singing songs. And
Exactly.
they handled it so well. I texted her after, I gave her my number and, hey, keep me updated. The little boy kept saying he was trying to go to the store to buy a certain remote control car. Like he goes, my mom says I just have to go left. And I never got a resolution of if the
Oh
little
my God.
boy was taken
If
back
they found his
home or
home,
what
yeah.
happened, what his story was. But the lady that was with him that I had texted, she's like, I bought him his car. We went on Amazon together and figured out which one he wanted. And I just hope that like she was able to give it to him in some way.
Yeah.
But like how selfless and how beautiful is it that she just stopped her day to do that.
Yeah.
And I was not adding anything to the situation. I had already made sure he was okay, calmed him down, got pertinent information, all that. So I didn't have a reason to stay. And if it had
Mm-hmm.
just been me, no big deal. But Kyle was just sitting in the car. I ended up leaving, and she and her cousin or whatever stayed with him. And it just, that little boy, every time I pass that part of the street, like I just think about him, and I hope he is behaving, and
Yeah,
like
right.
I hope his home life is one where his
Safe.
family was worried about him, you know. And
Yeah.
I just that part of the street is not known for the best people, and so I'm like, I have no way of finding
Yeah.
out. But that lady was very, very kind and really did a lot that day. My dog, hey, sweetie, leave my cords alone. Thank you. She's like pushing all of
It's
my,
playtime, Mom.
like, yeah. She's asleep. She's just big and
Oh,
her
really?
paws are reaching everywhere.
Yeah, we have 5 of those.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I can barely handle one. I'm not an animal person, and I will freely admit I'm just not.
Same.
I'm
But I
not.
have 5 dogs. 3 are huskies.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. We have a goat, a horse, chickens. I think that's it now.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. Yeah, I'm sorry, that would drive me nuts.
It does drive me nuts. Before I got my dog, which is a golden retriever.
Yeah.
He's my baby. He's my son. He's everything now. They never came into my room.
Right.
Now he sleeps on my bed and there's
Yeah.
dog hair everywhere. And every day I'm like, why did I ask for you? I love you.
For me, it's very much a sensory thing.
Yeah.
Like all of the noises. We had a bulldog, sweet Jill. She's gone now. She would make the most obscene sounds with her mouth and her slobber.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, I can't handle it. Tell her to stop. Yeah, Valkyrie is a German Shepherd. Her hair is everywhere. Everywhere. It's like I can't find a vacuum that keeps up with it. And so I have to physically, I have a rug broom. I have 2, one for upstairs and one for downstairs, so that I can scrape up her dog hair. And now she's doing this thing where she likes to get in our bed under the covers while we're not home. And I'm like, no. Because then I roll her, like with the hair roller, I roll her my entire bed before getting in it because I can't stand the dog hair.
Yeah.
Like I'll put face moisturizer on and I'll feel a dog hair just like right there. It's like falling asleep. I'm like, I can't do it.
Yes.
Can't do it.
Yeah, same. I have a shirt that says that dog hair is part of my accessories. Because there's just no way. There's no way to control it. I try. I love all of them. They all have their own personality, and they're great. No.
Yeah. I I tell Kyle, I'm like, she's mine when she's good, and she's yours when she's bad. Because she was giving me attitude yesterday.
Kids.
Oh my gosh, all of them.
Yeah.
Yes, even if they're not his kids biologically.
My daughter is my daughter, but biologically it's my daughter, but it's his daughter.
Right.
Because he's taught her woodworking. He taught her to rebuild her engine for her truck. She is totally hip. They like the same food.
Right.
Like, it's like they're exactly the same, except one's 6'3" and the other one's 5 foot nothing. She would kill me if she heard that. She's 5'2", I think.
That's awesome. That's funny. Yeah. See, and that's like Kyle's daughter and me. So our big 3 astrology are flipped. We have the same moon, but her rising is my sun and my sun is her rising. And we, poor guy. Oh my gosh. When we both lived in the same house, it was bad news. You know, I talk about emotions all over the place. It was bad news. If he wasn't dealing with one of us, it was both of us. And if it wasn't the other one, it was this one. You know, it's just, God bless him. He has four planets in Taurus, and then his sun is Capricorn, or his rising is Capricorn. So he's like super grounded, down to earth, like doesn't get totally, he's not an excitable person. He's more calm with people he knows well. He's very outgoing in the world, like out in the world. And you would think, oh, he's a musician, so he's a performer. He's really good at being on when he's out. And then when he comes home, when he's dealing with us one-on-one, he's like the most solid person. And so it's really good.
Yeah.
We need
he's
him
a
to
true
be like
performer.
that.
He leaves it on the stage.
He does. Yeah, he
That's
actually really
awesome.
does. I was looking at him playing last night, and like his guitar playing is like mind-blowing sometimes. And I was like, this is the same guy that just leaves his shoes everywhere around the house. Like, how is this the same guy? He looks so like competent and so like put together up there. But I'm constantly tripping over his shoes. Like, why?
That's my husband. He's an engineer.
Oh,
And
yeah.
he can like figure out anything, right? If
Yeah.
you give him all the parts, he can figure out anything. But
Yeah.
God forbid I go in there going, and he's like, "What?
Yeah.
What? Slow down. I'm confused."
Yeah.
Or
That's
like
funny.
something on television, he'll be like, "I don't understand what's happening," and so I'll have to stop it because he's not emotional. What is it? EQ?
Yes.
I
Yeah,
think
like
it's
the
EQ.
emotional.
Yeah, the emotional.
Yeah.
Intellect is not high sometimes. So like sometimes even the kids will say something and I'll laugh and he'll be like, "I don't get it."
Right. I mean, I'm the same way sometimes.
And
So,
then
yeah.
like sometimes I'll see a meme and I'm like, "What does this mean?" And he's like, "Oh, this. Yeah.
For the engineering type stuff. Like, I do that with
Yeah.
Kyle of like, why is this funny? I don't understand guitars. Why is this one funny? And he'll explain it. I'm like, okay, that like I can see why that's funny. It still doesn't mean anything to me. I can't get emotionally invested in it. But
Exactly.
I've gotten better. I've definitely gotten better at like understanding guitar everything.
Oh, that's awesome.
I have to. I even
Yeah.
I have a guitar and I keep telling him I want to learn how to play, but I have not made any initiative to do that. It is what, yeah, sometimes it's just better to listen. I really should learn how to just maybe one song. Maybe I'll surprise him one day. I'll watch a YouTube and go from there.
Hey, that'd be so cool.
Well, my problem is I like having nails too much.
Yeah.
So it's really hard to play guitar with whatever these are. Like really long. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know. But I don't know. Like we keep going in and out of this reading, and I feel like it's done a
Yeah, I'm
really
sorry.
good job. No, it's like, no, that's how
I
it's
can
supposed
like
to be.
talk about anything.
I love that. I kind of feel like you're at this point where, you know, like things that don't matter are just kind of falling away from your life right now. You know, if it's not meant to go with you into this next chapter, there's no use in bringing it along. And I love that. I think we talked about that a lot, actually, of just kind of like not forcing people to understand. Like, if your parents don't understand where you're at in life, you know, there's no use in like forcing them to. And, you know, I think it's important to remember that sometimes. So important to remember that. Let me pull some of these, like the Goddess deck and the Wild Offering deck. Yesterday, I was doing a recording, and this deck was like the most dead on it's ever been. It was really wild. It's in one of the other episodes. You have to watch that episode to see what I'm talking about.
I will.
But it was crazy. Like it made both of us really like speechless for a minute.
Oh, wow.
Okay. I think we might get two. Yeah, let's do these two. Nice. Oh, okay. Kali, which is endings and beginnings. Love her. She's all about just burning what doesn't work. This is not meant to be. Burn it down. And really, really does. The old must be released so that the new can enter. And it's come up a couple of times that you're like moving into this new transition in life. And I love that. Your current changes are for the best. Keep your thoughts positive as they are very powerful. We talked about that.
Yes.
What appears to be the loss is really the beginning of a happy new phase. Let the past go, and it's time to move on. She's a Hindu goddess, feared by those who don't understand the natural cycles of birth, death, and rebirth. But she's the embodiment of Mother Nature who cleanses away the old with natural storms and fires to make the ground fertile for new crops and life. She is the ultimate get things done goddess, and she is a powerful ally to those who call upon her. Like Wise stage mother, she'll push you beyond your comfort zone to reach the heights of your potential. I like that.
I like that, but that's scary.
Yeah, right? No, she really means business. I've done work with her in the past, and it
Yeah.
was like life-changing in one night. It was crazy.
Wow.
For some reason, I felt like I should get another card. It just felt right. And it's Green Terra, which says, ask others, including her, to help you instead of trying to do everything for yourself. It's all about delegating. Don't try to be a superwoman. It says, give your children chores. That goes for husbands. It says, ask your partner for help. Accept assistance as it's offered to you. Release guilt or belief that it's weak to ask for help, and be a team player. That, I think, is one of my biggest downfalls, is that I like to do everything on my own. And there's just no reason for that. I'm getting
Right.
better at like the big stuff. She is also a Hindu and Buddhist goddess whose name means star in the ancient Sanskrit language. Her many personality and aspects are represented by different colors. Green Terra is known for being a speedy helper who offers emergency aid and provides rapid understanding of situations and relationships. She rescues us by empowering us to save ourselves. I like that. I love that deck because I get to find out about all the different goddesses, and some of them show up more often than others. Like there's one day I was doing a client reading and I was like, I've never seen this card before in the entire deck. And I've had that deck for 10 years. And it's really weird when something new pops up out of nowhere. And I'm like, what? So, and the first time I used that deck, it was actually someone else's deck, and it gave me the goddess that I feel most like aligned with. And so I was like, okay, I need to get that deck because it's obviously one that talks to me. So
right.
it's always been a really good one. All right. And the Wild Offering, I like this card. It says true offering. May I release the fears, illusions, and addictions that keep me from true offering. May I relax into your plan, trusting that the next steps will always be shown. Use me, love, for the highest. I am yours alone. I feel like that has a lot to do with your work. Not
think
just
so.
like you, like, I feel like you bring a lot of light to people anyways, but work, it almost feels like bringing a softening to that space. Does that make sense? Like, it doesn't have to be so hard and manly. I feel like it can be artistic and creative too. So I can't wait to see what you do with that welding. Like, that's just so cool.
I am excited and scared and gonna do it, and I will show you.
Yeah.
We'll put it out there.
You'll have to post all about it.
Yeah.
Okay, and then I try to remember to ask people when they're on the show. I don't always do it. What is some advice that you would go back and talk to like 20-year-old you? If you could tell her something, what would you say?
It's all worth it.
Ooh.
I was always really scared that everything, even as a teenager, that everything that I was doing wasn't enough and it wasn't going to amount to anything and I wasn't going to have anything. And it's funny because I always wanted to be 30.
Yeah, I
like,
get that.
Always. And once I turned 30, right before I turned 30, I met my husband and everything just started to fall into place and everything just started getting better. So it would be that to tell her, you know, it is worth it. What you're going through is going to pay off at the end.
I like that.
Yeah.
If
I would have known that then, it would have taken away a lot of depression.
Well, and like sometimes we waste so much time on like questioning stuff instead of just experiencing it and living it, you know,
Yeah.
like second guessing and wondering if I overthink the stupidest stuff and then it's not as serious as I think it is, you know? So
Yeah.
I could see that. Yeah, that's good. That's really good. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. I'm glad we got to do this.
Thank you for having me. This was awesome.
Was it as scary as you thought it was?
No, it's not. You make it easy.
Oh, well,
But
thanks.
I don't think I could do this with many people.
Oh,
Like,
yeah. No, I
yeah,
get that.
you make it comfortable.
For me, it's just having a good time and chatting
Mm.
and just letting all of our weirdness shine for a little bit.
Right?
All right. Well, let's see. To the listeners at home, if this episode resonated with you in any way, or you know someone who might need to hear some of the stuff we said, share the episode, like the episode, follow the show, all the things. And until next time, I'm Jen, and Fate 40 and Beyond is the best podcast in the world. That's all.